was a dark night, and it was time for me.
Alright, this is something that just has to be seen to believed. And I don't
It was my duty.
believe it. What? Well, I mean, what is going on here? Is this
Barbara, I'm sorry.
really a first-person shitter? And if so, I have a question.
The shits of my
What the
past
hell's going on with his ass?
me.
Is it on his crotch? Is it on his crotch?
Ready for a
Is he
dump in the
suffering
dark.
from a President Scrooge syndrome, where his head's on backwards? I mean, what the hell? What the flying fuck did I just watch? My mind is blown away. It is, because, alright, I have seen so many commentators go on off about the policies of Valve and Steam, Greenlight, and all the shit that's allowed to be put on there. It was really bad game development and really just horrid ideas, like a dump in the dark. I think is kind of the example of what's going wrong with Steam Greenlight right now. Though I guess I should say it's doing a little bit more creatively than some other games that are out there right now. But it's annoying to tell you the truth, to see this whole onslaught of bullshit that's being put up on Steam. It's really annoying, because Steam is a really good idea. I love the concept behind it, because it makes it so much easier for game development, for people who want to put together their unique games and put them up where they can be sold and viewed and enjoyed by the public. Whereas historically, these options weren't available like this. Now, I know there are other sites where you can post games and such like that. You have itch.io. You know, that's one place you can put up on, and the RPG Maker forums can post games, and there's a whole wealth of others that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, because I don't know. It fails me, but I know that they're out there, and I know you can find them if you just put in games, independent games or whatever, and you can just download a whole wealth of games that are actually pretty good, pretty creative for the most part, but there are some out there that are still shit. But historically, if you wanted to be in game development, you had to be a small studio. You had to get the equipment from the big developers like Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo, Sega. You had to get all the equipment from them so that you could produce for those systems if you really wanted to. Then you had to go through these massive challenges to get them accepted by them. You had to pay all this money, for them to say, yeah, maybe we'll do it and maybe we won't. And licensing fees and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Or you could have learned programs like Freeware and whatever for the PC. But at the end of the day, you still had to be proficient in C++ and programming language in order to make these things work. But now, you have programs like Unity and Game Maker and RPG Maker and a slew of other plug-and-play programs that are designed for you to take the assets that are available in there, alter them to your liking if you're creative enough, and make just about anything you want. And it's amazing how far this technology has come, so that you can be just an individual, get a hold of these programs for a nominal fee. I mean, it's really, really cheap to get a hold of things like Game Maker and RPG Maker. You're not spending, that much more. You're not really spending any more than $100. to get a hold of things like this. They're really affordable, and they're really fun programs to work with. Then Steam will let you sell a lot of these games made in those programs on their site. So when you see shit like this on Steam that are basically giving the finger to Valve, especially ones that are asset flips. I mean, how many times do you see an asset flip from Unity being sold on Steam that's made available by these companies for these purposes, so that you can use them to make your own games, so that you can become competent in it, and they want it available to the public. They don't want to take it away from people, but then you have people who just flip it. And if you don't know what flipping is, they take the assets, they buy an asset from a Unity or whatever, download it, copy it, and just go and sell it on Steam. They take a product they bought and just turn around and resell it, trying to make a profit off it, and basically change the name of it, saying, "Oh, hey, this is not like Unit Z or DayZ or I don't know, whatever the asset is, a zombie packet that's supposed to be helping you learn how to make games. They just plug and play and just throw it in and don't even bother altering it." And you can see, like, people with RPG Maker games are on there. They're just using the prepackaged assets to build the game in, and it's not really much of a game. It's just something they threw together and they throw it up there and say, "Hey, buy this." Now, I'm trying to make a game myself, but and up to this point, I have been using assets, but I don't want to sell it with just those assets. I want to develop my own assets to replace those assets, so that it looks like something from the PlayStation era, something that's kind of cartoony, something that really stands out on its own. And it's going to take me a while, and I'm looking at maybe a publishing date of 2018. And you have people like Digital Homicide and developers, quote unquote, like Digital Homicide, they're just taking assets and basically plugging them into their own quote unquote games, and then selling it on Steam and producing 8, 9, 10 fucking games in like a 3-month period. Game development is not easy. It's not something you just sit down and like, damn, I'm done. Here you go. It takes work. You have to develop the game. You have to think about what the story is. You have to think about what the play mechanics are going to be. You have to think about how you're going to entertain people. It can't all just be about, we've made something, here, buy it. It can't be shit like a dump in the dark. Okay, the amusement factor is that you've done that video. Okay, great. I'm sure that's cute. I'm sure that's hilarious. But please tell me it's just like a joke video and not an actual game, because what the fuck? And I guarantee you, it's likely using assets from somewhere else. Assets. I don't know where they got it from, but something tells me it's not entirely original. But then they plug something else in there. I don't know. It could be. It could be completely original. And it just chose to make the shittiest game, pun intended, that they could. But anyhow, I just wanted to bitch about that whole thing. About everything that's going on with Steam Greenlight, and how people are trying to basically abuse the system to the point where they're going to end up encouraging Valve to come down hard on people who are just doing shitty ass games and just looking for a quick buck, and using the program, abusing the program to lie to the consumers. It's good that Valve has a return policy now, but it just seems that too many people are abusing the system, and it can only be to the detriment of the actual creators who are out there, who really just want a resource to be able to use like that, so that they can get their material out there without having to go through all the big corporations, who are just going to hold you down and not even bother giving you the time of day. But that was my rant. And hopefully, it'll continue to be available to the public the way it is, because I do like Steam. I like the concept, and Now, I'll pay my $100 so I can put my game up when the time comes. I just hope that when the time comes, it's not so hard to do because these jackasses have ruined the process for everyone. I'm just livid over that. Alright, well, this has been your Closet and Cosmic Vlog for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.